All right, everybody, we have a family reunion of sorts. Ken Wetmore, one of our very best news anchors here, back on island. Big Red, back in the house.
Good to see you, Jason.
There you go. Not so red as he was at the turn of the century, and then again, like my hair was like black back then, but back with his lovely wife, Rachelle, and his daughter, Kyla. Kyla's been here a year. Ken, what brings you back here? So first of all, I'm bearing the lead. Welcome home, brother. It's so good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, and welcome back, Hafa Adai. Why are you here?
Well, firstly, Guam has always been in our heart, always will be. We love Guam so much. This is where so many formative things happened for Rachelle and I. We moved here just about 6 months after we got married, and so this place has just always been special to us, always will be. And Kyla was actually born here.
Yep.
People may remember that. She was born on TV. We did the Daddy Diary series when I was anchoring. And so Kyla's heard stories about Guam her entire life. And when she had the opportunity, she took it to come here, spend a year working for the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And we decided to come out and visit her. And we'd just been looking for a reason to be coming back anyway. All
right, KUAM, we are a real tight-knit unit. We've done so many things together. And Rachelle, you are as much of a part of this team as your husband and your daughter and everything. Because we went through like a lot, including Super Typhoon Pangsongwa in 2002. So what are some of your memories of that?
Yes. Well, man, I remember moving into the station because we didn't want to be wasting our gas back and forth from our 10-minute drive. We were saving gas, so we slept, I don't know, somewhere on the couches.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah, probably this one.
Probably. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I remember that, and then remember going out with Chatan even right before that.
Yeah.
And shooting coverage for that.
You were
being in the back seat.
You were in the back seat. Well,
yeah, feeling like a
Carlito.
I think we were feeling like what's that crocodile guy that
yeah.
Steve Irwin. Yeah, you guys, and Ken voluntarily, and his wife at that time voluntarily went out in the worst of it. But I remember you guys were like, okay, it's too dangerous to drive. We're just gonna sit put in a car.
Yeah.
Well, that was our first.
It was our first typhoon.
First typhoon, and we got caught when the eye came over. We were out shooting with Carlito, and got caught and had to weather the storm in one of the elementary schools.
There you go.
Lot. Yeah.
And Rachelle, you actually taught at Machinano Elementary School when you were here. Yeah. Have you been back up to the campus?
We just drove by, but yeah.
Okay.
So
looks kind of the same up there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Recognize the uniform still.
One of my favorite memories of Rachelle was that when I would anchor the 10 o'clock news, back when I was doing that, Rachelle would come and actually grade papers on the side of the desk. And because of camera angles, you never saw her, but she was there grading papers while I was reading the news. So so it's always been a family station, and I love KUAM. Great memories from being here.
Well, speaking of family, the next generation, of course, came by because Kyla paid us a visit about a year ago. And Kyla, you've been here now in that time. What are some of your impressions of Guam? Because you said you wanted to come here kind of hearing all of these stories from mom and dad, but you wanted to make your own memories as a Guamanian.
Yeah, I did. I mean, they moved before I could form memories, so I always wanted to make my own. And yeah, I've just loved it so much. The people here are just like no other place. Everybody's so great and so nice to me. So I've just really appreciated that about living here.
And keeping in your family's tradition and the very good work that you're doing, you're continuing to promote the good word and share the work of the Lord. And Ken, you are actually pastoring a church out there. So for people that have wondered what you've been up to, and did you stay in communications? Did you go New York Times? Did you do something like that? You're working for a much higher boss now.
I am. I went from the nightly news to the good news. So
nice.
I
anchoring for the Lord.
So about 2 years after we moved, I worked in communications, public relations for about 2 years for the Seventh-day Adventist Church after we left Guam. And then I got asked to pastor a church out in the Spokane, Washington area. Loved it and have been a pastor ever since. And I'm currently pastoring the Whole Life Church in Orlando, Florida. You can see what we do, www.wholelife.church.
We wish you could stay longer, but the time that we spent together, Ken and I and Rachelle and Kyla, we've hung out like a couple times. We've been to lunch and everything like that. So good to have you here. It's been 20 years since the two of you have been back. What was the first thing you saw, and what are now the memories that you're going to take back with you to Orlando to share with your family, to share with your flock out there?
The first thing we saw was our daughter, so that was pretty great.
As it should be.
And
we saw the island.
and we saw the island flying in, and literally Rachelle said, "It feels like we're coming home," and that was, and I said, "Yep, that's exactly what it feels like." We're just so grateful to the people of Guam for how they embraced us 20 years ago, loved on us, treated us so well, and thank you to the KUAM family for that, and just really grateful for the time we had here.
All right. One of our very best, Ken Wetmore. Rachelle, so good to see you. Yeah. And Kyla, it's always, you've got family here too. So anytime you need anything, we're always here for you. And Ken, I would say, you had the catchphrase. I've been here 25 years. I still don't have a catchphrase and everything like that. So we will let you have the honor, brother, of taking us out.
So can I just say that I'll be actually preaching at the Maniguaidza Fellowship Church on Saturday morning?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Absolutely.
Anybody wants to show up.
Come by.
And reporting again for KUAM, I am Ken Wetmore.